Hello, everyone. I grew up in a very atheistic family. I never heard anyone say that abortion was wrong. I was very ambitious and I had an insatiable appetite for attention. By the time I was 21, I was cast in a Broadway show, and I was on my way to become a successful actor and performer. My girlfriend at the time was using an IUD contraceptive, and it failed. It failed. Contraception doesn't work all the time. I thought I was being responsible by helping to pay for the abortion. I went down to the abortion clinic thinking that was the answer. I read magazines in the waiting room hoping to escape the responsibility for being a parent. When my girlfriend came out, I saw her a changed person. She was very, very different after that. And soon after, she tumbled into an intense depression. I tried to avoid the pain of abortion by diving deeper into my career. But the relationship ended, and I fathered a second child from another woman. You see, abortion is a repetitive kind of a thing. You get into a cycle with it. This time the contraceptive pill failed, and another abortion followed. You see, what I didn't understand was this. At the moment of conception, I was not a potential father. I truly was a father. I should have taken responsibility for that, but I was at the top of my career at the time, and I was selfishly pursuing my addiction to attention. So in the aftermath of the abortion, I ended up with bulimia, and I couldn't talk. I injured my voice. The doctor told me not to use my voice for 3 weeks. And of course, I was in the US National Tour of Cats at that time, and I thought it was really important that I keep singing. And I permanently injured my voice, and that was the end of my career. And that's why I sound like this today. I sacrificed my children on the altar of my ambition. Addictions came as I tried to run away from the pain. My misery drove me to my knees. And at one point, I gave my life to Jesus. And in 1995, I became a Catholic. My recovery from the abortions began when I took responsibility for the gravity of what I did. I received counseling. I went on many retreats, including Rachel's Vineyard, which is an amazing retreat for those who have been through abortion. I found much healing in the sacrament of confession. And young people, get to confession. It's really good. And then by sharing my testimony, I continued to heal. After 25 years of celibacy, I married Kirsten in 2011. Now, Kirsten was a very special person. She had a dream that her life would be a life song. And I thought what that meant was that she was going to come with me on these types of talks. But that wasn't what God had in mind for Kirsten. In 2016, we went to Częstochowa, which is in Poland. It's a Marian shrine. Kirsten had a profound experience with Mother Mary. And within a month, she was pregnant, au naturel, at 48 years old. That's what Our Lady can do. What we didn't know was that Kirsten had breast cancer at the time. So in the first trimester, she had the cancer removed under local anesthesia, and she refused all chemotherapy to protect the baby. Kirsten beat the cancer, and our baby was born healthy. Her name is Odessa, and she's 9 years old, and she's here today. Wave, Odessa. Wave up. Kirsten was healthy for several years and was running 5 kilometers regularly. Unfortunately, she developed ALS, which is a terrible neurological disease. And after 4 years of difficult decline, very, very difficult for her, She died last December. And we're going to be burying her on Tuesday back in Huntsville next week on the 13th of May. Kirsten was a hero for the faith, a powerful witness of the sanctity of our baby in the womb. And Odessa is healthy today because of Kirsten's courage. Kirsten was also a strong stand. She took a strong stand against euthanasia. Everybody was offering her euthanasia, and she did the entire 4 years of ALS, completely drug-free and free of euthanasia. She said she wanted to die the same way she had Odessa, drug-free and perfectly present, and she was. Our daughter Odessa is a perfect example of a mother's protection at conception. And that's why we are silent no more.